Hey, do you know the Mushroom Man? The Mushroom Man? Yeah, the Mushroom Man. Oh, I've heard of the Mushroom Man, who lives on Drury Lane. No, that's the Muffin Man, you absolute idiot. Anyway,
you gotta stop that. Jeez.
Today I'm going to be drawing a Mushroom Man that I saw in my shower, and you're not getting any more context than that. Before we get into the drawing, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified about when I put out new videos, and be sure to give this video a like and comment on what you liked about it. I have a really exciting video planned for when I do reach 100 subscribers. It's going to be a lot of work, but a lot of fun, so let's make it happen. And if you would like to support me, go check out my Etsy shop where I sell some shirts and prints, as well as my Instagram where I post daily on some of the stuff I don't do here. Now let's get into the drawing. I wanted to make a very fun and quirky character and get better at backgrounds, so this kooky mushroom wizard person is going to be in a mushroom forest and have a bunch of mushrooms everywhere. It's a very simple concept. This was actually supposed to be a quick drawing and shorter video, but the character design and overall composition got away from me, so oops. I gave him this weird staff that was going to be a big spoon, but it became this kind of spork trident, or pitch spork, like pitchfork. Haha, I'm so funny. I knew I wanted him to be holding something interesting or peculiar, but I wasn't sure what expression to give him going into this, but then I made that big smile and it just fit his wacky pose perfectly. I made his poncho based off the lion's mane mushrooms because they're really cool, and I wanted to just add a bunch of different kinds of mushrooms, but some of the ones I draw later are just really generic, so I don't have references for them. The mushroom that is the hat is the inky cap, which, when I was looking up mushrooms to figure out what would be a good hat, this one just spoke to me and I liked it the best. And it's literally called inky cap. You know, a cap is a hat. It's perfect. These big mushrooms that will be part of the background are based on the fly agaric on the right and the porcini mushroom on the left, though I made it a bit more drippy. While the porcini mushroom is edible, the fly agaric or fly amanita is very poisonous and also a hallucinogenic. I wanted to give this character, who I have named Rory, big druid hippie vibes because of all the mushrooms, and I tried to make their necklace kind of look like a dream catcher. I decided on this cool potion bottle for the object in Rory's hand, and I wanted to fill it with crystals and stuff like a magical merchant had lost it on his travels, and then one night in the woods, Rory saw the glow and just had to go see what it was. So this pose is Rory picking it up and just being like, ooh, shiny, what is this? I quickly flatted in some colors for the background because it will be lineless, and then I go into Rory's line work. I wanted Rory to be androgynous and non-binary, going by they, them, but he, him is also fine. I figured in this world people would know Rory as the Mushroom Man, and they wouldn't really care to correct those people. I also don't keep those face markings because when I got to coloring I just kind of forgot about them, but I wish I did and I might add them in post, we'll see. I don't have much of a story for Rory yet, but they seem like a traveling nomad or druid who just wanders and finds little trinkets to collect or give away. I love the mushrooms growing out of their body, and it gave me the idea that maybe Rory could use these in potions. They definitely seem like they would be an alchemist druid. If I ever get to play D&D again, I might just play as Rory, but also maybe not because I always play as a druid and I need to branch out more. I love these ridiculous and impractical pointy shoes. Pointy shoes are just so much fun and will definitely be a trendy fashion for this little world I'm making. I think Rory's hat is my favorite part of this whole outfit, and I really want to make my own inky cap. Maybe I could cosplay as Rory one day. The bottle of crystals and stuff was a lot of fun to figure out, especially in the coloring, because I wanted it to be transparent glass and also have a kind of glow to it. I, for one, definitely want to know what the story is behind this little bottle. Figuring out this pitch spork was difficult because it doesn't really make sense, and I would love for someone to make a real version of it so that it does make sense. Either way, I thought it was a really cool design and a very unique magical staff.
How neat is that? That's pretty neat.
Now on to the coloring, everyone's favorite part where I spent half of the video flatting in colors to clean up and shade later.
That's pretty neat.
I gave Rory heterochromia because it's pretty and fanciful and the only hetero thing about them, if you know what I mean. Wink. I sampled all these colors from the various pride flags to use them on Rory's outfit and mushrooms. I decided to do this as soon as I realized Rory is probably the first non-binary character I've ever made. And I wanted the pride flag colors in this piece somewhere, but I wasn't sure which pride flags to include, so I just added them all in some form. It took me a while to decide on what colors to make the staff. Also, I forgot to unpause, so all of the mushrooms are colored now. I first started with the lesbian flag, but it just didn't look right for the rest of the aesthetic. It kind of looked like a candy cane. And then I tried the rainbow flag, but it just felt weird to me. So it just became black and brown, and I turned these mushrooms into the lesbian flag. And onto the cleanup, the most tedious part of every drawing. But you can see the pride-colored mushrooms now. Also, some of the color patterns are repeated, like the green, gray, white, and black for the aromantic and agender, as well as the pink, white, and blue for trans, and black, gray, white, and purple for asexual and demisexual. Others include pansexual mushrooms on the shoulder, queer gender on the right arm and left leg, non-binary and gender-fluid necklace, and the bisexual colored sock. Now my actual favorite part, shading and highlights. I love this piece so much already. It's so fun and means so much to me, and getting to fully render it just made me so happy. So it is actually my favorite part of the process, bringing my 2D character to life. I used some softer brushes with darker colors for a kind of fading effect on the hard shadows, and I think it looks really cool. I love trying and discovering new ways to do things with my art. Man, art is so good. I also blended the stems of the mushroom with Rory's skin so it really looked like they were growing out of their body. It's just a nice little touch I thought of.
Oh, wow. But some of the bases are still stuck.
The staff was fun because I just did a bunch of slashy lines to make a simple wood texture, and I think it looks really great. It's subtle, but still detailed, and I love it. plan to make Rory and some other characters in the works into a kind of story-based coloring book, filled with wacky characters and creatures of all kinds, and magical shenanigans going on all the time. So be on the lookout for that in the future. Coloring the lion's mane poncho was very interesting, and I wasn't sure how creamy or white it should be. I wanted to make it match the white of the cap, but still be a little off-white like the lion's mane mushroom. I eventually found a nice balance, I think, but getting there took a lot of experimentation. I love this freaking hat, dude. Inky cat mushrooms are so cool because they just look like they're made of fur or feathers, and it was a lot of fun to figure out how to shade and highlight, so it really drove that home. Now to make the crystals give everything a nice shiny glow. And then I realized I forgot the shoes. How could I forget the shoes? I love shoes. I just really like drawing shoes. Oh, and now on to the background that I actually finished before Rory. I first did the flats with a really rough oil brush, so I'm just cleaning up the gaps and edges with my line brush before I get into the shading. I also make all of the layers of grass cleaner and pointier. I don't really like that rough oil brush's fuzzy edges, but it did give me a nice starting point. Now some nice airbrush shadows, and then onto shading individual pieces of grass. Yay. Old Flat Rory might pop in a couple times because I needed to see their body and where they would cast shadows on the grass. Like I said, I did this before Rory was done, but didn't want this whole portion to be in the middle of coloring and shading Rory. I made these porcini mushrooms a bit more lumpy and drippy than they are, so I don't know what kind of mushroom they are now, but it's fantasy, so whatever. However, if you do know what kind of mushrooms these are, please let me know in the comments. The bottom parts of the fly amanita kind of look like brains. Rory comes back for a bit as I do the sky. And I just add and adjust some glows, and then we're all done. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked my random mushroom person drawing. Rory and friends will return once I have finished them. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified about my new videos, and leave a comment on what you thought about Rory, or if you have any suggestions for this whimsical world. As always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.